the book opens up so strong. I mean, we are getting right out the gate that this is clearly an adult book. We love adult science, fantasy, and fiction. Or science, fantasy, and fantasy. Wait, science, fiction, and fantasy. I finally got it out. So she's opening up. She's, in a really bad place. Akenna is trying to drown her sorrows and avoid her actual feelings over her grandfather's death, who raised her as a parent instead of a grandparent. So she's dealing with that. And in the bar, she's pounding him back. And then suddenly someone from the Alpha Squad of Praetorians, they basically goad her into a fight. She ends up kicking his ass, but she's like, oh my God, I shouldn't have done that, because she is an elite fighter. But beyond that, she's also Pantheon blessed, which is a whole other thing that I've not quite gotten into, but it has to do with like this society used to praise and uplift gods. And then I guess as they moved towards industrial war, they denounced the gods. They got rid of anyone who was Pantheon blessed, and what they thought they got rid of. And turns out that Akenna is from a bloodline of Pantheon blessed people, and she was originally going to not pledge Praetorian, but she gets word from her grandfather's bestie, Brock, that he believes as spy master he was murdered. So now she's like, okay, fine, fuck it, going sicko mode. She goes in, so she had already told her psi medics that she wasn't going to pledge Praetorian and just take a year off. But she's like, no, fuck it, we're going in. I'm gonna find out who killed my grandpa. And she thinks it's this dude named Darius Reed. And I believe he's going to be Dickius Reed. Get it? Dickius down. So I think Darius Reed's gonna be the romance, obviously, but also, there's all this other stuff going on, so I don't know where this is going. I'm not even in the first quarter of this book. I mean, I am in the first quarter. I haven't finished the first quarter. So that's where I am. I don't know what to expect. All I know is that I am enjoying this very much. If you like Dune and like the idea of like council houses, war houses, you'll like this story. And that's all I can really say right now because I just started. Okay, let's get back into it. Everybody, so I did have a guest over this weekend and it was very much refreshing, very much rejuvenating, but my reading was very choppy because I didn't want to be rude and ignore them. But let me tell you something, the Blood Trials is exactly what your girl needed. Davenport has created this very interesting science fantasy world, and I love that. And K. Jemisin is someone who does that really, really well as well. So I'm about the midpoint of this book, not the perfect middle, but I'm approaching it. Since my last update, which I think talked about like the situation that we're in the middle of this book, we have seen Akenna use more of her magic, more of her blood gift. She's created daggers from her blood. She's been using her compulsion powers to try and fix this mystery and figure out this mystery of like who killed her grandfather and why. So we're seeing more of her powers, and I want to keep seeing more. I want to know the logical extension, because we are seeing a lot of Akenna needs her powers not available, and I'm not knocking that at all. This is obviously how books work. This is how you build tension. Also, some spiciness happened. And it wasn't like overly romantic either, which I appreciate. Is that a weird thing to say? Because I feel like whenever there's a spicy scene in a book, and again, please don't judge me for this, people are out here having sex willy-nilly because it's just like what they need. They need to feel something, and the closest thing is a genitals. I like that it wasn't overly romantic. I like that it wasn't overly flowery. These two don't love each other. In fact, Akenna thinks he had something to do with her grandfather's death. So it was perfectly written for the situation that they were in. Absolutely adored it. I'm just really interested in how this is supposed to wrap up, because like I said, I'm in the middle. Akenna's not closer to figuring this out. So I don't know what's gonna happen. I look forward to getting to the end. What's up, y'all? I just finished The Blood Trials by Davenport. What a fun ride. I will recommend it, and I will recommend it because this has damn near everything that I personally love in a story. So it is science fiction with some fantasy. Yeah, no, I really recommend it. So Akena is a really great character. Some of you are I know someone's gonna be like, blah, blah, blah. She was unlikable the whole time. That makes her likable to me, okay? That just makes her so much fun to me because she's literally grieving, then finds out that her grandfather might have been murdered, and she's immediately like, all right, I'm gonna focus on that now. She's fun, and you have to let her be fun. I know someone's gonna be like, she wasn't nice to anybody. She doesn't have to be. She's trying to solve a murder. So if any of you even start with that, shut up. Just shut up. Our love interest man, Reed, is giving me major 4 from Divergent vibes, and I kind of love it. I was a sick person for that man. Don't judge. What else? I really enjoyed the way the mystery unraveled. I really enjoyed how the science elements and the fantasy elements came together. There were a couple things I didn't like. I'm gonna be real with you. There were a couple things I didn't like. Am I gonna talk about them here? No. I'm greatly looking forward to the next installment, the final part of the duology. I'm just gonna make this prediction right now. The Blood Emperor is Akena's father. Now, how did the Blood Emperor end up getting blamed for her mother's death? This is all spoiler and conjecture right here, guys. I don't know anything. Let's see. Maybe Akena's mother rebelled against her grandfather because her grandfather was like very super staunch man, right? So he's like, you gotta follow the rules. And her mother was like, no, I won't. And she runs off to the Blood Emperor where they have a tryst one night, resulting in her pregnancy. Now, why would the Blood Emperor kill the woman carrying his brood? Here's where it gets complicated. Follow me here. Follow me here. Okay, what if it wasn't the Blood Emperor? What if it was one of his warlords, of whom we see at the end of this book, who ordered her annihilation, her mother's annihilation, right? So maybe, once the warlord that drafts Akena finds out that Akena is the child of the woman he had killed, that's what like the conflict of book 2 is going to be about. Like Akena not only finding her father, not only making a relationship reluctantly with the Blood Emperor, who she thinks murdered her mother, but really finding out that the Blood Emperor loved her mother and it was really the warlord. So now she has to kill the warlord, she has to kill the tribune generals. She has to basically destroy what has been built. I don't know, what do you guys think? If you've read this, do you think that my prediction has any merit? Do you think that I'm going to be 100% right, like 50% right? I don't know. Maybe I just have it right that the Blood Emperor is her dad. We'll find out. So thank you guys for watching. This has been a reading vlog for The Blood Trials. And I'll see you next time. Bye.